Hey guys, good morning. All right, so back at the rear end, here we go. Spin you guys around, let you see what I'm doing. I'm starting to hook up the RideTech StreetGRIP system. So here we go. This is how the plates, here's the diagram, just so you can see it. It kind of looks interesting. I know they had to draw it this way, so it makes sense, but when you're holding it up, or at least I'm holding it up, I have to hold it up upside down like this because this is the bottom view. So driver's side, and I really like that they did this. They left the hole here so that you can see the pin that protrudes for the shock right there. Okay, so this is how the rear end sits. They also give you, I wish they would have shown how these assemble, but they give you 3 washers, and I don't know if you put 2 in front or 2 in back, so I'm just starting with 2 in front, and we'll go with that. And if the spacing's wrong, then that's just, I'll just fix it, no big deal. I'm not torquing anything down right now. This is mock-up because I will be taking this apart many times. Still got to get the rear end rebuilt, and we have to do some other things. Now, some of the things I'm noticing, let's see here. So this is how the passenger sits. So I'm sitting on the passenger frame rail at the moment, so passenger's going forward. So if this is upside down, which it is, and the front of the car is this way, you can see that. So if I have it flipped like this, that looks kind of funny, like that, because that's pretty much how you're looking at the bottom. And there's the passenger side, so you can see the shock mount. Okay, the bolt that comes out for the shock mount should be facing forward. And here we go. And here it is facing forward on the passenger side, and the driver's side is facing backwards. Now, what I am noticing, because I am using the pocket kit to move the leaf spring in, the mounts that I have for the, take this off here, for the bump stop in the rear, goes like that. Well, first of all, it's not really going to work because it's over off to the side that way. Plus I put in C notches, so I don't really know that I'm going to be using these. I guess I could if I wanted, and then just cut the bump stop down so that if it does hit the top of the C notch, it has some kind of cushion. I don't know. We'll see. Either way, I have to cut this guy. So I'm going to use my little spot weld cutter, and I'm going to cut my brace back, and then I might relocate it. It just depends. But for right now, that's what I'm going to do. Cut that, and then I'm going to mount the brackets. I might also be using a lowering blocks to get the rear end lower. We'll just see. We'll see how it sits, what the ride height's like, and then I think we have 1 inch or 2 inch spacers to drop it down. I don't know. We'll see. After looking at all the pictures and talking to the guys at RideTech, I know I can cut the front coils if I need to a little bit. They did talk to me about that, and it is possible to cut those progressive springs that they have, but you just cut a little bit, drops down, and you have to cut it, I believe, from the top and not the bottom, because the bottom of the coil is actually tighter than the spring itself is tighter, wound tighter at the bottom part, because it's a progressive spring in the top. So I think you take it off of the top, you take a little bit off, and have it right here. Actually, it's 5/8 of an inch off the coil, drops it 1 full inch. So 5/8 drops it 1 full inch. So yeah, so his car might actually sit at the ride height I want mine to, even though I'm going to have coilovers. I might not be able to get mine as low as I would like. So we'll see. I might end up having to do like the Shockwave front on mine to get mine down lower. I don't know. We'll see. But so bunch of stuff up in the air, having fun. I'm going to go back down and spot weld, or get rid of those spot welds, move that little bracket, or take it off for right now so that we can get everything bolted up, see how everything's looking, and move forward. 2 steps forward, 1 step back, but we're still moving forward. Okay, here we go. Let's get the old drill out and see what we can do. Where did I put my drill? Oh my gosh, I am so scatterbrained. Oh, there it is, right in front of me. Do. My glasses on here. All right, here we go. I did use, if you don't have one of these little guys, one of these little punches, these guys, magic, love these little guys. You can get them on Amazon or local hardware store, whatever. Little guys really help. All I'm doing is just drilling a little spot so that the spot weld cutter doesn't jump all around. I'm definitely not going into the housing of the rear end at all. The axle, do not want to do that. The axle tube, don't want to mess with that. So here we go. Just gonna put in some little Alright. So I was having some problems with my bits a while back. They said they were high-speed bits, and I just always thought I got better, or they drilled better with low speed, and it turned out I was burning up the ends of my bits. So I usually use a cutting oil, but I got these really good on Amazon, these Bosch bits, and they've been working like a charm. It's been fantastic. All right, where's my little spot weld cutter? Here we go. These are super cheap on Amazon as well, if you want to get them. Just little spring-loaded spot weld cutters. Alrighty. Okay. Oops, whoop. That I can't have on high speed. Alright. It's working. All right, get around this side. I think it's working. It might not be working the way I want it to, but we'll see here. That guy's walking off on me. Might have to drill this guy back down. Alright, let's put another little, make that drill hole a little bit deeper here. My nice fancy shock mount down here. Alright. So I went and saw a movie yesterday. I believe it was yesterday. The new Jurassic Park movie. Before COVID hit, I used to love going to the movies. Every summer, that was my big thing. I liked going to the movies and just really enjoyed it. And I really do have ADHD. I've been diagnosed with it, you know. So when I was young, they used to just say you're hyperactive, right? And the nice thing about the movie theater is you can go and be around people and you're not bouncing all around from thought to thought. So anyway, used to go to the movies all the time. COVID hit, and I just found all these wonderful other things to do in the garage. And so I stopped going to the movies. Just really, it didn't have the excitement for me that I had had before. And so this is the first movie I'd been to in a while, and surprisingly, it was really good. I wasn't expecting it to be very good. If you like sci-fi type movies or things like that, it was a lot of fun. This one is not working very well. There we go. So it was a lot of fun to go to that movie. And I went with my mom, which was fun to spend a little time with her, and I haven't spent time with her in a while, so she drove up here, which was nice. Got to spend some time. Next time it's my turn, I've got to head down and spend some time with her at her house. So, take my wife down there and let's see what they're up to. Alright, that's getting a little too deep. Alright guys, let's see if this worked here. Let's check this guy, do this side. A little bit more. There we go. Alright. Let's get our little chisel out and see if it's going to pop off or not without distorting it. That's the key. And that's probably what's going to happen. I'll end up squishing it all around, and that's kind of par for the course, but we'll hope that doesn't happen. We'll be optimists here. Or try to be. Alright, let's see here. Where's my little chisel? There we go. Okay. Alright guys, here we go. Let's see how we do here. Got that side off. Let's do this side. Yeah, take this other chisel out. I don't know if I need. Let's see here. Try to get this one underneath. That's working. It's lifting off. Oh. Hey guys, there you are. Fell off there. There we go. You guys see what I'm doing here? Probably not. I'm doing all this banging and you guys can't see what I'm up to. Okay. That's what we're working on. Okay, you guys can see that. Got my little cell phone. I'm going to take my cell phone off here just for a sec. Move my little fancy dancy mount down there. Alright. So you guys can see what I'm up to here. Okay, there we go. Hey, there we go. It's coming off without horrible distortion. Saved as much as I could. All right, and then I will take my little sander and sand off the rest. So there it is right there, guys. There's the little bracket. And then I can just sand it down and like plug weld these sections in right over here, flatten that down and set them out. And look at that, spider web underneath, spider eggs. Okay. So there's one of them, and I'll get the other one, and then I'll grind this guy down here next. So let's go over to the other one. All right, now we're over onto the driver's side here. We'll do the little fancy dancy spot weld cutter again. Get a little metal shavings everywhere, and cut that back here. Okay, there we go. That brake, getting close to it. Really cool, these little teeth. You can just twist them off and put on another one. So as the teeth break off, you can, which happens, they give you a whole bunch of replacement teeth, which is nice. Okay, so I'm going to take off the teeth on this guy here, and yeah, I've got a couple that are broken. Looks like it cracked. Okay, let me get the other teeth and we'll put that on. So here's the little box you get and all the little replacement teeth. You can see that's what they look like if you haven't used a spot weld cutter before. And they just screw right on and screw it off. So Sometimes easier said than done. Okay. All right, let's get this a little tighter here, see if I can get this. Might have to use my other ones. There we go. We're moving. There we go. Threads. This new one on, and we will be good to go. Okay. This guy's garbage. And let's keep going. Put the tools away. Wasn't very smart last time. I used my hand to clear that. It's a good way to cut the crap out of my hand. There we go. Alright, and this guy here. It's going to jump on me. Yeah, I'm going to have to drill that guy a little deeper in the pilot hole here. Alright. So yeah, that movie was pretty cool. If you watch any of the other Jurassic Park movies, it is like a culmination of all of them without telling you the ending or ruining the plot or anything like that. They bring old characters back and like finishes the whole saga, I guess. You feel like you've enjoyed the movies and it's complete. There we go. Out of there, this guy here. I think I'm going to put in, I get done working out here today. I think I'm going to go in the backyard and put in some sprinkler lines. Some of the summer things I get to do that I've needed to do forever, but haven't been able to do, so that would be pretty cool. Now, let's see if we can get that off. Our little handy-dandy tool here. Chisel popping this guy off of here. Okay, that side's off. That side's off. There we go. All right, guys, now let's do some grinding. Got some parts ordered. Every time the FedEx truck goes by, I'm hoping that I'm getting some parts, like the rotors from Rock Auto. Be real excited to get those. All right, let's move these guys over. Those plates, gonna have to make my own. That's gonna be interesting. But where did I? Okay. So my biggest problem is I set things down and forget where I put them. So I've got to put this into a plastic bag so I know there's one of them. Oh, here's the other one. All right. So I have both these brackets, and I'm going to have to put those in a plastic bag and label them so that I know what they are. Okay. Now, let's use this guy here. We'll put our chisels back, get all of our tools out of the way, put our bit back. Spot work cutter back. All right, everything's getting put back, so I'm not leaving messes behind me, which I always do. Hammer's over here. All right, here we go. Okay, now get my little face shield here and start doing some grinding. Where did I put my gloves? There they are. Where they're supposed to be. That makes sense. Okay, let's hook up the old airline. Go. My little Norton Blaze Rolox, and put up a little shield here so I don't throw sharp sparks all over and catch the garage on fire. That would suck. Okay, here we go. I wasn't thinking I should have taken this brake line holder off as well. Alrighty, well, I'll have to drill that guy out. Alright, let's put this over on this side. Like I got in a little deep over on this side, so I'll have to use my welder and weld up a little spot there. Not too bad, not too shabby. Okay guys, now I have to get my spot weld cutter out again and take this guy off. And it looks like it's in two places, so if I put a punch right there in the center, I should be able to take both of the spot welds out at one time. They have little tiny spot welds on that guy. I don't know about you guys, but man, this summer's been warm here in Central California. We have had some heat, but we always get heat in the summertime. I mean, when I say heat, I mean, you know, low hundreds. I know it's nothing like down in Palm Springs or in Arizona, but you know, 106, 107, pretty hot for us. Not used to that, so you know, but AC works. And the nice thing is the nights cool off, and that's I really like that. So we open up, you know, you get some cool air in the evening, and so that's certainly nice. All right, I did forget my little punch, guys. Let me grab that guy real quick. Okay, here we go. Hey, come back here. Okay, I think I told you guys in the last video set that ended up with the gaps here. They were, oh gosh, I have to, where's my measuring tape? Let's look at this here. 3/8. Yeah, so it's from out inside edge of the old mounting brackets or perches, I guess, leaf spring perches, to the inside edge of the outside bracket to the outside edge of the new bracket is 3/8 of an inch, and it's 39 center to center, side to side. Okay, guys. For those of you that are doing the same thing, using RideTech StreetGRIP along with a pocket kit relocation for the leaf springs, that's what we're talking about. Alrighty, let's punch this guy out here. I'm going to try to get, you know what, I think I'm going to just clean this off here so I have a flat surface to work with there. I'm going to go right in the center here. And that should cut both of them. There's two little spot welds, one here and one there. And I'm thinking I can get to both of them. All right. Let's put our little pilot hole in here. Put it on high speed. There we go. A little bit farther. Yeah, these Bosch bits are fantastic. I like these guys. They work well. All right, little spot weld cutter here. Somebody's driving by, I think I'm talking to myself here. All right, here we go. Okay, I don't want to go. So let me get my hammers back out. I gotta get my chisel. Everything I just put away comes back out. All right. My own hammer's behind me. Here we go. Use my little ball peen action. Try to get under this edge if I can. There we go. Alright, let's go under the back. Larger guy here. Some meat to hit. Alright, that's moving some metal. It's working. Let's take this across this way. I can flatten this guy out on my vise. There we go. Out. Alright. I'll come back and I'll weld fill in these little bits and then grind it back down. And then I'll use chassis saver on it, and it will look like it was never done. Okay, let's see what we're looking like. Now, one of the other things they did, if you look at the factory one, let me show you guys this here. So, on the factory right here, they ground down the weld right there. So I might do that on this side. We'll just kind of see. I might just flatten it a little bit over here. So we'll see here. Oops. I'm going to try to tilt you guys down a little bit more. There you go. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. What I was doing before, you might not have been able to see anything. I should have looked at that ahead of time. So here's the little bracket for the brake line that I just cut off. I'm going to smash that down and I'll flatten it all out. So if I do want to use it again, I can. Put them with the other guys there. All right, so let's just do a little grinding here of this weld. And I'm just doing this for the U-bolts. There we go. And last one, this guy right here. Perfect. Perfect. All right. Hey guys, now we're getting nowhere. All right. Okay. Let's see here. Where's my bracket? Okay. So, here's my bracket. And like I said, I'm not torquing anything down at this point. I'm just trying to get everything on to see what it's going to look like and make sure everything fits and all that good stuff. This guy's not too happy. Let's see if I can get this. There we go. Cool. And you guys can see there's a little hole in the center right there. That goes into the bottom of the leaf spring. So if you can set it, and I should have done this in the first place, just set it in the bottom of the leaf spring. Then you can drop the U-bolts down through, I guess. That'll make it a little easier. Maybe not, maybe so. See if I can get this side in. There we go. I think I'm going to put this side in first here. Get my washers in here. And I have a StreetGRIP for my C10 Grand Prix as well. And so now that I'm doing this, it's getting me inspired to start moving forward on that. I still have to have, last step that I have to get that done is I have to have the rear end that I have for the truck. I have to get that rebuilt. So what I'm doing with my truck is, and I've explained this in other videos, but when my grandfather purchased the truck, he got the tow package. So most C10s, Chevrolet C10s, not the GMCs, but they came with a trailing arm rear suspension. Why is this not going on here? And so there we go. And so it was kind of rare, I guess, with the tow package. You could get the leaf springs instead of the trailing arms. Well, with the StreetGRIP, and you get better performance with the trailing arms. So I had to find a stock trailing arm chassis so that I could do the conversion. And thankfully there's YouTube and Rusty Wrenches. Man, he has, yeah, all of his videos are so just dialed in, and he explains everything because he did the exact same conversion on his truck, but his isn't a long bed, it's a short bed. Don't know if he cut his down or not. I don't think so. I think it was just always a short bed. But long story longer, he goes through and details everything for putting the StreetGRIP, and he loves his truck. The StreetGRIP, he said, performs well. He likes the way it turns. The ride height's really nice. I might cut my coils a little bit in the front to drop it down a little bit. I think he had to make some brackets to drop his rear end down a little bit. So, long story even longer, I've got the rear end. I just have rear end that has the purchase for the trailing arms. I just have to put it all together, and I have to have the rear end rebuilt. So that's where I am right now, is getting the rear end rebuilt. Is the last thing. I've got everything else done, and I'm thinking about just getting the front end, having the bushings pressed on, the Delrin bushings pressed on, because I have, from that donor chassis, I have the A-arms, and I had them powder coated. I actually had those powder coated. The trailing arms, I used the chassis saver on them. And so I just have to start putting it together, and I think I'm going to put the front end on first, and then when I save up enough money to get, my wife and I save up enough money to get the rear end rebuilt, it's close to $1,000, then I can finally get him all put together. I've got the rear disc brakes I got from Master Power Brakes, so got rear disc set up for him. He came with front disc. Love the truck, love the truck. It's really cool. I put the old steering wheel back on, and the original steering wheel, and I think every member in our family at one time has driven the truck, and every time I drive him, I think about everybody, you know, and how long we've had the truck. My grandpa, I think, was first owner on the truck from what I know. And yeah, pretty cool. All right, guys, so that's that. Hopefully you guys can see that, and I'll show you what the shock looks like when it mounts on. Get this out of the way. Oh my gosh, guys, we are moving forward. We're taking 3 steps forward and only 1 step back today. 1 step back is a bracket I have to make for the disc brakes, because instead of just buying disc brake setup, I have the disc brakes for my Ford 9-inch, so I'm taking off of my 56, and I thought I'd give them to my dad, but we have to make our own stuff to get it to work. All right, so this, as they say, is this. So this is what it looks like, guys. So here we go. And remember, because of travel for the shock itself, RideTech recommends that you attach it to the trunk. So this will be mounted. They give you these really cool mounting plates, and I'll do videos on all of that that show how it mounts up to the front. And I might have this upside down. I don't think so. I think it goes like this. But yeah, so there you go. It's mounted on, and we are good to go. There's the adjustment down there. Actually, I do think I have it upside down. Let's check that. Hold on just a minute, guys. Nope, wasn't upside down because the diameter of the shock will not fit on there. So this diameter, the larger hole, there we go, with the adjuster fits right there. So that's one of them. One of the shocks is on. Wow, guys, this is pretty cool. So the ball joints, the upper ball joints are longer to take care of the camber, I guess it is, because the original camber wasn't set correctly, especially for the current roads and tire sizes that we use. So RideTech uses longer ball joints in the top of your A-arms so that the car performs better. And if you haven't seen the StreetGRIP in action, just use YouTube, try 5 StreetGRIP. There's a guy from protouring.com, I believe it is. He gets on and he does a slalom course before and after, and he's giggling, and it's a 4-door, which is crazy, and he's just going in and out of the slalom course and having a blast, and just says the car should not perform like this. So I'm excited. My dad isn't going to do any drag racing. If we were doing drag racing, we wouldn't be using these. We'd probably be using the Caltrax rear end. But since I want him to enjoy driving, not only in town, but get up, if he wants to do some spirited driving, I think this is going to be, it's going to be stout. It's going to give him everything that he's looking for. So there we go, guys. I'm going to go ahead and finish up this one and not bore you guys with that. This kind of concludes. So here is the sway bar, the end link of the sway bar. And you can see right here, here is the pocket. My knee in here, hold this. Here's the pocket, and if I'm drilling a hole, I'm drilling it right through the pocket where the leaf spring is going to come up. And I have composite leaf springs. That's going to crack that leaf spring, just shatter it if the leaf spring comes up and hits it. So I just need to know what we're supposed to do, because this was bought for the pocket kit, and that is what the pocket looks like. It's inside the frame. So the directions say I should drill a hole right there, and that's going to be a problem. The videos for today, take those off, there we go. Get my hand out of the way. So that's the rear end, getting the brackets put together from RideTech with the pocket kit and the composite leaf springs. Oh my gosh, my brain never works. So that's all. Everything's fittings the way it's supposed to. Hopefully that helped you guys out that are in the process of doing this. Please like and subscribe. Check out the other YouTubers that I've listed always in my descriptions down below. These are guys that I feel have helped me out. I think would help you guys out as well. They're far more knowledgeable than I am. This is my first Tri-5 build, but I'm having a blast thanks to all of you guys and helping me out. So thanks, guys. Have a great day, and we'll see you on the next video.